Is online dating as bad as some people make it out to be? I am super curious. I feel like my algorithm just loves to show me relationship based situations. If I am not seeing, oh, I'm looking for my wife, where are you? I'm seeing somebody talking about their experiences with maybe online dating, mostly dating apps. So I was reading, and I always chime in because I just love to chime into those ones. I was reading a thread about this lady. She posted an exchange she had with somebody, and every single time I see those type of posts, or maybe the people that have bad experiences are the only ones posting. I don't know. Share your thoughts. Anytime I see those types of posts, I'm always like, is it really that bad? For one, I know for sure that a lot of people do complain that people that swipe or don't swipe or whatever, they're just doing it for fun. A lot of them are not serious. They're just like, doing swiping or not swiping for their ego to see how many people are gonna like them. Is that a thing? I've seen it online. I don't know. I haven't confirmed it. Because I haven't asked anybody, are you just swiping to nurse your ego? But is that a thing? Do people just join dating apps to boost their ego, not because they're intentionally actually seeking somebody or looking for somebody? And is online dating as horrible as some people paint it out to be? I know with especially coming like, for women, they'll say things like don't invite over people over to your house. That's, common sense because you just never know, because you've heard horror stories of people being unalived because they invited some random guy to their home and, something bad happened. So I'm just like, okay, are there any success stories? One thing I have been noticing, there is this app that I frequent. And I have noticed like a lot of my algorithm seems to push these I found my husband on that same app. Oh, I found my wife on, and it's for real. They're not joking. So I'm like, okay, are people on that app like getting in each other's DMs like, hey, I think you're cute. What's up? Or how are those connections being made? I want to know. If you know how those connections are being made, share with us because we would love to know, how are you connecting with people online? Are you just sliding in DMs? Maybe I should be sliding. Should I be sliding in DMs? I don't know. But yeah, so dating apps, are they as bad as people make them out to be? Another story that I read recently was again on social media, and this lady, she had made plans to meet with, I think she was at fault though, she had made plans to meet up with this guy. And I think there are some people that they don't like when you don't make the plan. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like they want you to make the plan and solidify the plan. So this is what she did. She wanted the guy to solidify the plan. This is what we're doing. Like, because you got to understand people's personalities, right? Some women like for you to be like, we're going to dinner and that's it. And some women hate that. So how do you know? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know? Like, okay, is she going to be the type that's going to say, I don't like you telling me what to do? Or is she going to be the type that likes you to be assertive and like, we're going to dinner and that's what it's going to be? I'm bringing your dress. How do you know? Do you ask? You're like, are you the type? Maybe you should ask, like, hey, what type of personality are you? But guess what? There's going to be somebody that takes offense to that too. When you go, what type of personality are you? They're going to go, oh, you're asking too many questions too early. What is that supposed to mean? Boom, boom. And then it turns into this big toxic fight. You're like, what the? Anyways, I digress. So back to my story. So she wanted him to make plans. He did make the plans. And then she changed her mind. And he got super upset. What do people want? Okay. He got super upset. It's like, okay, I made these plans. You wanted me to make these plans. I made these plans. I solidified it. And now you're saying, oh, I changed my mind. If you're not sure, if you didn't want me to make these plans, why were you being asserting that you wanted me to make these plans? If you knew that your time, was kind of shaky, why didn't you just make the plan? Which I was fine with. This is their chat that she posted. And of course she was wrong again. And people, told her Are you serious? Do you think we're gonna side you? You're wrong. So what kind of people are on these apps? I'm too scared to get like, I'm gonna just join in and meet a scammer or something. So I just, avoid them altogether. And besides, I'm the type of person that I want to meet you in person. Like, I like to see smiles. Like, I like to know, like, wait, I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but I am the type of person, like, I like to look at you and just watch you speak. Like, how cute your smile is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you see somebody talking, just them talking, and you pick little, maybe they squint their eye a certain way, maybe they smile a certain way, or maybe they're like kind of quirky. That's what attracts me, not just plain pictures. Maybe if I join an app for videos, maybe that would work. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, what is the dating scene like out there? Is it as horrible as people are saying it is? Mm? There's some people that, they say, oh, I'm not dating again. This happened. This and that happened. I'm going to use one of my friends as an example. He's going to know I'm talking about him, but I'm not going to tell you who it is and protect his privacy. So he met this one girl on a dating app. And I don't know. I think she was really toxic. She was super toxic. Like, nothing he said. It was at a point where he came to me and was like, Toni, can you check this for me and tell me, am I wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I looked at it, I was like, oh my God. I was like, run. Nothing. He couldn't say anything. Like, he said good morning. She'll say, what do you mean good morning? I had a bad night, so how could you say good morning? Or if he says something like, how was your day? What do you mean, how was your day? How was your day? What do you care? How was my night? I'm like, what the heck is this? I told him my advice was run. Run, because that kind of person will drive you absolutely insane. And I know that this day and age, people are a little bit more sensitive than they were maybe 20, 30 years ago. So it's really much harder to date because you don't know who you're going to offend, or you don't know who's going to find what offensive. Like, maybe it's just better to ask. I don't know. Anyways, so the point of this is, what is it like out there? What are your experiences with online dating? I am curious to know. Or even IRL dating. What are your experiences? What is your worst dating horror story? Share me your worst dating horror story. I'm gonna share you mine. Okay, this isn't actually a dating horror story because I wouldn't even, I mean, it wasn't a date. It was like, oh, meet me for coffee. And I did. But oh wait, no, that's not even the worst. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, I again respect to everybody that has weird fetishes or fetishes. Let me not call them weird, no judgment. We don't judge, we listen. All right, so there was one time I met this guy. It wasn't even a date, it was just conversation. I do not know how we got to that part of the conversation. We were just talking, and it was like, when you say, oh, so what are some of the things, like, habits, things you like, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you the other story in a second too, but let me finish this one. So we were talking about, oh, things like, me, I'm saying things like, oh, I like cake and strawberries. I don't know. I am so vanilla. This man was like, oh, you know what I would really like? I like, like if you beat me up. Okay. I'm I'm thinking, okay, beat you up, fine. Okay, that's her thing. I'll maybe slap you a couple of times. Until he said, till you draw blood. Oh. Oh, I was like, wait, what? Till you draw blood? No, you're not for me. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't say it right there. Just, really? But there's some people that actually like stuff like that. Like, they want you to, like, I can get with the whole, like, sub dom thing. I don't mind, like, but when you start saying things like, when you draw blood, then that's like extra violence. And I can't do it. Why are we drawing blood? How is that pleasurable? How is me hurting you pleasurable? I'm curious. I know, again, respect to all the kinks, kinky people out there. I know people have their own, all kinds of kinks and stuff, but like, how is drawing blood pleasurable? Anyways, back to the second story, the initial one I was going to tell. So I met this one person, and we were at a cafe, and we were talking, I don't know what we were talking about, but he had this weird obsession. all he could talk about was one thing that he wanted to do to me. And it was just strange to me because that's all he could think about. Like, it's like saying something like, okay, I'm not going to say exactly what he said because, we're PG here. But let's say, for instance, your thing is like you like to eat apples. Every 2 seconds, it's like, and I want to eat apples. Oh my God. I heard you the first 20 times. You know what I mean? And he was wondering why I wouldn't reply his text after that. Like, dude, no. Delete, number blocked, go away. So, yeah, share your own. You know what? I don't date a lot, so I don't really have a lot of horror stories, but those are two that, the ones that I actually do remember. Those are two that, like, and there've been like one-offs. Like, after that, it's like, no, I don't think so. Share your horror stories or your funny stories or your dating stories. What's like the strangest thing that's ever happened to you? Meeting people online or meeting people offline? Because again, all kinds of people exist offline too. Okay. All right. Well, I hope I have humored you a little bit. Okay, I just remembered something else, but I'm not going to share that one. Anyways, if you have enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to share. Okay. All right. And do not forget to have a blessed day. Bye.